Hello everyone, welcome to Infinite Journeys. Subscribe and click the bell button now. Everything is connected for a reason. So relax and enjoy the experiences.
In the verdant expanse of a lush garden, there bloomed a flower named Grace. Grace was not like the other flowers in the garden. She was growing bigger every day. She was a colorless flower that grew in the muddy water, her petals pristine despite the murky surroundings. While the colorful blossoms flourished in the sunlight, Grace thrived in the shadows. The other plants and flowers in the garden looked upon Grace with disdain, whispering rumors and spreading tales of her supposed curse. They gossiped that Grace was dirty, fat, and carried a disease that turned water into mud, staining everything it touched. Despite her purity, Grace remained colorless among the vibrant hues of her companions, a solitary figure in a world filled with judgment and scorn. Grace bore a curse that plagued her existence. In the morning, she radiated joy and warmth, her petals unfurling to greet the new day. But as night descended, a shadow fell upon her, transforming her into a figure of sorrow and melancholy. She was the first to close her eyes, retreating into the solitude of sleep to escape the prying eyes and sharp tongues of those who refused to understand her. The new flowers that sprouted in the garden were quick to heed the whispers of their predecessors, casting sidelong glances toward Grace and avoiding her presence as if she were a harbinger of misfortune. The air grew heavy with the weight of rejection, and Grace found herself drowning in a sea of loneliness, her heart heavy with the burden of her isolation. Desperate for solace and understanding, Grace cried out for help, her silvery tears mingling with the muddy waters that surrounded her. The thought of ending her life crossed her mind more than once, a fleeting shadow that whispered of escape from the pain of her existence. One day, a wandering monk entered the garden, his footsteps gentle upon the earth as he moved toward Grace. His eyes, filled with compassion and wisdom, met hers, and he could sense the turmoil that lay beneath her delicate facade.
Grace?
The monk spoke, his voice a melody of serenity and grace.
I see your sorrow and I understand your pain, but you have misunderstood your true nature. You are not cursed, but blessed by the ultimate universe. You are special because you can grow in the muddy water and emerge as a vision of beauty and purity. The sun eagerly awaits the morning to see you smile, while the moon watches over you in the night. That is why you bloom only in the daytime only. Do you know that white signifies purity and peace? The divine forces of the universe hold you in their love. You are a white lotus flower, a symbol of enlightenment and rebirth.
Shocked and overwhelmed by the monk's words, Grace listened as he continued.
I ask for your permission to come with me and reside in the temple. Your positive energy is needed, and your generations will be nurtured and cherished by all the monks. Buddha himself awaits your presence, and he told me that I will find one white lotus in a muddy pond filled with color flowers. That's you, Grace.
Tears of gratitude and disbelief welled up in Grace's eyes as she nodded in silent agreement. With a heart filled with newfound hope and purpose, she followed the monk out of the garden, leaving behind the judgment and cruelty of those who had misunderstood her. As the news of Grace's departure spread through the garden, there was a profound silence that descended upon the other flowers and plants. They watched in stunned silence with guilt. As she departed, her head held high and her spirit soaring with newfound freedom and understanding herself. In the tranquil embrace of the temple, Grace found a home among the monks, who welcomed her with open hearts and gentle hands. She was placed at the pond right in front of the temple entrance. Grace had never felt this peace before, and thanked all the monks for their love and care. When she looked up at the temple entrance, she was feeling enlightened as Buddha was looking directly at her with a smile. Grace bloomed under the monk's care, her petals unfurling to reveal the inner radiance and beauty that had always dwelled within her. With each passing day, Grace discovered her true worth and embraced the knowledge that she was cherished and valued for the purity and strength that defined. The truth and knowledge was then passed on to her next generation. She fears no more but became wiser and stronger than ever. While Key and Martha are on their way to the next adventure, stay tuned for more stories shared by friends from other planets. Signing off, Earthy.
Thank you, Earthy, for the finishing. Thank you so much to my dear viewers and for your great support. To understand the link, watch our stories from the beginning, do subscribe and click the bell button for more coming up stories. Signing off, Key with Martha.